It is my honor to introduce guest and speaker of this plenary session, Maud Lee Bars Ma'am, South Asia Area Manager of International Admission, OMNES Education. Ma'am is a higher education specialist with over 20 years of international experience across 3 continents. After a career in HR at FAO, P&G, and ADECO, she has spent the past 9 years promoting French and European universities in South Asia. Currently, South Asia Area Manager at Omnes Education, she was named Woman of the Year 2021 by the Indian Council for UN Relations. Twice appointed trade advisor to the French government, Ma'am also chairs the Higher Education Committee of the Indo-French Chamber of Commerce, strengthening links between Indo-French academia and industry. Ma'am, we are truly honored to having you with us. I request Dr. S.R. Patil sir, Dean IQSC, to felicitate Maud Lee Bars Ma'am as a token of love and respect.
Now I request Dr. Abhishek Dadish to extend warm welcome to Bas Ma'am. Ma'am, dais is all yours.
Namaskara. Namaskara. I'm very much aware that I'm between you and your lunch, so I'll try to go fast. So a big thank to Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology. We're a very proud partner to RIT with ECE Engineering School, which is one of the schools of the Omnes group. And today we stand at the intersection of innovation, education, and sustainability, 3 pillars that define the future of our planet and our societies. And I'd like to cover today specifically the Indo-French perspective in supporting it with a focus on AI and engineering. So I think it was very clear from the previous panel that AI is transforming industries, societies, and economies. It transforms, indeed, the employment market deeply. Someone was mentioning the World Economic Forum, and there are very interesting reports on the future of work in Europe, in particular, that are looking at 2020 to 2030 and saying that 25 to 40%, so there's a second report by McKinsey on the same topic, but they're saying that 25 to 40% of the current working population will need to be reskilled to face the changes in this work and requirement, which should be somehow a bit of a hope for the young people that might be scared here, because that means they're going to be at par with experienced people. In engineering, when schools used to teach you skills which would last you for 30 years, I remember my father being an engineer in telecommunication and being able to do a full career in Alcatel on the same technology until it was about to die. But today, it's true that those skills may be obsolete now in 2 years. It's Harvard saying that, by the way. So it's been researched. And it's clearly, if you look at anthropic capacity in coding, for instance, you do see that happening already. In some countries, some are discussing models of society where work even has disappeared. Such dystopian construction can sound attractive at first glance, right? But unless wealth is shared evenly, and therefore is sustainable, this change is sustainable, the unemployment profile still have so they share evenly so that unemployed profiles still have the means to live, it seems to most quite a scary sight. So it is key for the perennity and the well-being of our societies that higher education finds solutions to such Schumpeterian moment that we are facing with AI. In the process, India and France, as strategic partners, are uniquely positioned to lead these transformations through education, research, and innovation. We share a long-standing relationship in those fields. Both countries prioritize education and research as drivers of economic and social progress. Think of the amazing NEP that has started in 2020. There's so much still to be done, but what an ambition, what an amazing lesson for the world to have that kind of ambition. And France's investment in India and higher education reflects a commitment to long-term partnership as well. France and Europe more generally believes in a balanced and mutual beneficial relation with India. Maybe you can have a look at what the mother of all deals that was signed between India and Europe, European Union has been, how balanced it is. And France, with 1,000 companies in India, has created 4.5 lakh jobs here and contributes to very much to the Make in India scheme. Maybe you know that a month ago we have decided to sign a deal for Rafale with 114 Rafale more that would be constructed for India, half of them being produced here. So I expect the number of jobs to just keep on increasing here. So still, even though there's so much economically happening between our two countries and building on both sides, education is a key pillar of the Indo-French relations. We want a sustainable relationship with India, and that will come through the youth. There are not only words, actions are proving how deeply committed the French government is to this. We were the first country in the world to sign an MOU of mutual recognition of degrees. Many more have come since, and we are very happy about that. The French president pointed out that in his 4 presidential visits since he started, Emmanuel Macron, every time he met with students, the last time, a month ago, approx, he was at the AIMS, and he addressed again students, researchers. 4 trade advisors in higher education. Trade advisors are people who are recognized by the French government, by the Prime Minister of France, to provide advisory to our diplomats, because they have been successful in helping companies or institutions, French institutions abroad. In India, out of 63 trade advisors, 4 of them are from the higher education sector. So, as mentioned by both ministers and the French president, the strategy of building strong, sustainable ties through the youth means also pushing the French students to choose India for studies, research, internship, entrepreneurship. I personally spoke to 65 schools in France to tell them about modern India so that they could choose India at some point in their element. We do promote exchanges, and we want a balanced exchange, because this is what's going to make a difference. It's not so easy, though. Only 10,000 Indian students choose France so far for an ambition of 30,000 that have been kept on being repeated. So I'm repeating it to the students that are in this room and the professors, because you're also very much welcome. 30,000 Indian students, that's not a brain drain, you would agree with me. It's a very reasonable, sustainable number. And efforts to make returning to India attractive as well has been made. So yes, you can start a career in France. It's very much welcome. You're the only nationality in Asia to get 2 years of post-study stay visa after your master in France, accessing the Schengen zone, by the way. But if you decide to come back at some point to India, you are the only nationalities that is receiving 5 years short stay, multiple entry visa for tourism or business purposes, which would make that connection you made with Europe very possible to maintain. Why this matters even more with engineering education and research. When India produces 1.5 million engineers per year, France, though the 3rd capital of deep tech in the world, recently ranked as 3rd capital of deep tech in the world, which is receiving an investment, which received last year an investment of 109 billion euros in AI by 2030, the 60% already implemented, that was announced last month. We'll need to go from 40,000 engineers to 1 lakh engineers per year, and we can't do it alone. That means that part of what we are doing there will have to do with partners, obviously. And partners who we trust and who share similar values. During the last AI summit, Emmanuel Macron said France and India share a common vision for developing a sovereign AI to protect the planet and foster prosperity for all. And I quote, and to do that with our allies, such as India, because we believe in core shared values, science, rule of law, global balance. When some country in the world push for what they call freedom of speech, we lobby for for algorithm. Yeah, very important. A way, for instance, to ensure that our children are safe online, that our democracies can't be influenced by wrongly intentioned foreign actors. India and France are not just adopting AI, they are shaping a unique ethical and inclusive approach, what we call the third way in AI. Launched in February 25 in India, reassessed, re-expressed, discussed last month in the amazing AI summit that happened in Delhi. What is the third way? It's a sustainable, open, and for humanity way. Sustainable because it is by design sustainable, it is optimized. Figure this, the International Energy Agency estimates that a single ChatGPT query requires 2.9 watt per hours of electricity compared to 0.3 watt hours for a Google search. It's nearly 10 times higher. Data center power demand will grow 160% by 2030, according to estimates from Goldman Sachs. The expected rise of carbon dioxide emissions, if we follow the North American model, will represent a social cost of $125 to $120 million at present value, if added. An investment in new data centers has surged since 2020, driven by growing digitalization and the uptake of AI. The average data centers have energy demand of 5-10 megawatts, but large upper-scale ones, which are increasingly common, have power demands of 100 megawatts or more. The annual electricity consumption is equivalent to the electricity demand from around 3.5 to 4 lakh electric cars. Yes, it is a real issue that needs to be addressed. It is a key that we look at benefits to cost for the development of this technology first, of all on the planet resources, particularly at a time when some of those resources are put at a significant stretch with the war. The Iran war I'm talking about, obviously. India, like France and China with DeepSeek, are focusing on developing optimized models on small language models serving a specific purpose. They also focus on supporting the development through decarbonized resources, which allows France, for instance, to directly plug those data centers, while others need to drill, as you all know, to obtain what they consider unlimited resources, though very much limited in nature. It has to be open, the third way. Sovereignty and transparency are keywords. Unlike some models that exist, the Chinese one, for instance, the third way in AI wants to be freed from government control. We are talking about open models supported by regional cooperation, focusing on not only AI models, but also integrated those models with competitive AI products. Chinese model, on the other hand, focuses on free access and monetization through other means, that subscription revenues. Think TikTok algorithm and all these kind of things. For humanity, it has to be. Now, both countries advocate for AI that benefits all sections of society, not just a privileged few. This includes AI for agriculture, healthcare, and education in rural and underserved communities. AI applications are being developed to address climate change, optimize resources use, and promote circular economies. You have joint initiative in AI research, such as the Indo-French Center for the Promotion of Advanced Research, the CEFIPRA, which I encourage any professor here to contact. They are fostering breakthrough in AI for humanity. Highlight specific projects that would be offered, like the AI for smart grids, water management, disaster prediction, but also the flagship India and France launch of the Indo-French Center for AI in Health at the All India Institute of Medical Science, New Delhi. How can AI, higher education contribute to support this initiative? For faculty, I mean, a lot is happening today. Support development of programs on AI inclusive of sustainability, add ethics to any program that is with AI. In Omnes Education, we have a chief AI officer, and we have developed our own optimized and sovereign AI tools, serving the needs of faculty with tools to develop case studies. The prompt that are already there is for the development of new programs. We have trained 5,000 faculties permanent and non-permanent, to AI, and our 40,000 students are receiving a minimum of 150 hours of AI training across the department, from political science to creative to management to engineering. They also participate in joint disciplinary hackathon, I would say problemathon, like a person was saying before, like for instance Shift, to try and propose solutions to real problems, and they do that not department separated, they do that with the different department together, with co-disciplinary team. At ECE Engineering School, we have opened the first AI Fab Lab in Europe, where any of our students can immerse themselves in a platform integrating tools for AI modelization, state-of-the-art simulation, and collaborative environment system. In a year, it's been a little bit more than a year now that it's been open, 2 of the generative models developed by our students have been ranked first in the world on Hugging Face. You can check, there is Le Triomphant, Le Tremplin, and we also have a small language model that was also ranked first in the world in Hugging Face. The concrete application of that small language model for us was the development of the first AI student in the world, Milo. He's in India, by the way. I didn't bring him with me, but he's in India. It's a little robot, a small language model, powered by the small language model, who is learning about mathematics in school. So since September 25, it is in class with our students, bachelor first year in engineering. And it's recording whatever is happening in class, and after class, act as a buddy for everyone, help them study, improve their understanding of the mathematical content. And it's also helped the professors to do better. Yeah, I'm about to finish. Because, for instance, if on fractals, for instance, let's say, out of 20 students, 10 ask the same question on a specific concept, then the professor can ask, okay, if everything went well, we'll receive the 10 didn't understand what you said. This is the example, this is the way I presented it, and it seemed to have worked, and they can improve their pedagogical skills as well. For the students, so we encourage our partners to look at such options and how to develop further application and improve the models as a way to collaborate. We are very happy to have this experiment, used by our partners. This is open and it is meant to be useful. Okay. For students, I would like to first advise you to study and innovate responsibly. Knowing the cost for the environment of using ChatGPT, use Gen AI solutions responsibly by using less resource-greedy options. I could name one, which is Le Chat in France, but there are many. And be mindful of using models that respect ethics. I think we know what has happened between Anthropics and ChatGPT again here. Seek only real exposure. Don't delegate your learning to those tools. It's only there to augment you, so consider it this way. Be ambitious, be curious. The best way to do is to seek real problems to solve for your thesis, internship, and go to get out of your comfort zone. Spending some time studying abroad, and why not in France, that is so keen in welcoming more Indian students, would really help in developing your capacity to innovate and your opportunities. The future is in models that are efficient with frugality, so consider working on those small language models, which is something we believe in. As you stand on the brink of the new era, let us commit to a future where AI is not just a tool for progress, but a force for good. A future provinced by our shared values and our collective actions. Together, India and France can lead the world in creating a sustainable, inclusive, and innovative future. The time to act is now. The place to start is here with each one of you. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Professor Bas, for addressing the gathering on the topic AI. AI for Sustainable Future. Now, moving further, I would like to introduce our next plenary